Previously, Moroha awakened his memories of his past self as a warrior type, but then uses the power of a mage that he obtained from his memories of his second life, making him a rare type of savior who possesses both warrior and mage type power. Moroha soon realized his own potential when he defeated a Dragnot-class metaphysical all by himself, and gained the attention of the strongest savior known as the Head Six. But while all the superiors were in a meeting to discuss Moroha's promotion to S rank, the Thunder Empress Sparsalisia was completely opposed. But when they saw Moroha's power with their own eyes as he defeated yet another higher-level metaphysical, they were convinced of his power. The Thunder Empress becomes enraged and orders her assassin to kill Moroha. Now, as the story progresses, a transfer student named Elena just rolled in the academy, and right after that she proposed to Moroha. He couldn't understand her situation and denied. So Elena got upset, started mumbling curses, so Moroha had to at least told her to be friends. Then Elena announced her interest in Moroha right in front of class. Shizuno can't take it kindly that she fell in love with Moroha right after meeting him for the first time and had her doubts about Elena's true motives. Then, at the end of the day, Elena asked Moroha out on a date, which made Satsuki jealous, and Moroha wasn't able to sort things out between them, so he just agreed to go out with both of them. But at the last time, Satsuki received a request from Sophia, which she couldn't deny. And now Elena and Moroha were alone. Elena tried to seduce Moroha, but her actions were too naive in the matter. But when they were just taking a rest, Moroha casually asked about her family out of curiosity. Turns out that Elena and Moroha had something in common. Elena was abandoned at the front of an institution, and Moroha's mother and father died for a long time, but Elena reveals that she still has her brother back in her hometown. And Moroha then asked her out on a date again on another day. But Shizuno was still skeptical of Elena, so she rolled the call to Angelica to do some research, and discovered that Elena works for the Lighting Empress, and she is also known as the Man-Eater. And once she almost killed Edward, one of the strongest in the Head Six, Shizuno's hunch was correct, so she challenged Elena to a duel. But in that fight she reveals her true power of her sword that eats away a Peron's prana and mana. This earned the name Man-Eater. But Elena spared Shizuno and fled almost immediately when the instructor heard their fighting sounds. Then Moroha and Satsuki noticed that both Elena and Shizuno were absent from class, so Moroha went to Shizuno's house to check on her after hearing about their duel. Shizuno told Moroha everything about Elena, but he was much more concerned about her safety than his own, and for Elena, he doesn't care that she came here on the order of the Empress to kill him. Then, Moroha arrived to check on Elena and assist her because she lives alone and has no one to care for her. Many other members of the Strikers team, including Maya, took turns taking care of Elena, and while her injury was all healed up, she asked Moroha out on a date again, but this time she seemed to be too far away, never speaking a single word to him during their entire date. But when they entered the park, she revealed her true purpose to Moroha, and then Satsuki and Shizuno arrived to help Moroha, but then Sophia arrived. Apparently she is from the American branch. So if one of them gets out of either Moroha or Elena, it will benefit them overall. To keep her entertained, Satsuki took her on and sent Shizuno away to provide backup to Moroha, but while Moroha was fighting her, he also got in a bind when Elena's sword took away all of his prana. But Moroha has two types of power, and that light seems to be cancelling Elena's power, so to get in their fight Shizuno arrived and calmly just asked one question, that is, if Elena knows anything about her brother. Even his name could do job, but Elena wasn't able to remember neither his brother's face or his name. She was following orders of the Empress to reunite with her brother, but it was all a fake memories installed in her mind. Then one of the Empress's spy took over Elena's body to complete the job, but Moroha Light broke the control of that person from Elena. Elena was completely broken because her only reason to live was a complete lie, but Moroha gave her courage and wanted to be a reason for her to live. And she completely accepted Moroha's warmth and kindness, but she felt guilty that she was there to kill him, so Elena was about to leave, but Moroha had a hunch she would do something like that. So Moroha used a sleeping spell on her to prevent her from leaving. Moroha then took the burden from her and left to deal with the Thunder Empress, but Edward sent Angelica to assist him in dealing with the Empress on her own territory, where he came face to face with an Empress's henchman and defeated him, leaving him alive to deliver his message to the Empress. Angelica wanted Moroha to finish him, but Moroha states clearly that he does not want to harm anyone in this fight against the Empress. But the Empress made it clear that she is a cruel person and finished that guy because he was defeated by Moroha, and right after killing him, she ordered another few of her best fighters to deal with Moroha. And as per her order, they all came to face Moroha, but one of the men had no intention of fighting Moroha, but neither Moroha nor that guy can back down. So he brought several of his companions to fight Moroha, but luckily he had support from Angelica, but when he found Kataya, she didn't fight Moroha because he didn't kill her companion while he had the chance. Meaning that she, too, does not want the usual death on her end. But then Empress Dog named Dorko brought a mirror thought which the Empress casted a level 13 thunder spell. But Moroha saved Angelica first and was hit by that spell. Angelica then found a house where she transferred her prana to Moroha in order to heal him and reapee him in order to save her life, but Kate also found them there. And she came in because she was sick of the Empress because she planted false memories on her bodyguard in order to make them loyal, and one of her guard was Kate's best friend. And she also wants to end her tyranny. But Moroha didn't let Kate join the fight and left her unconscious on the train, and Moroha got to the Empress's base alone and she used an insane spell that turned Thunder into her wild troops. But Moroha had the speed that even Thunder couldn't keep up with, so he was easily dealing with them. But things got a bit difficult when the Empress deployed her own personal guard against Moroha. Then one of them used gravity magic which stopped Moroha, but Angelica and Kataya, along with Shizuno, Satsuki, and Elena, arrived on time to assist him. Kataya saw her brainwashed friend, but she didn't remember Kataya at all, but Elena the cuts of the necklace that was binding her memories, and others saw the real face of the Empress and turned against her, and their help gave Moroha and great opening to fade the Empress. The Empress used her most power Thunder Titan, but it all failed against Moroha level 13 water spell. After being defeated, now Empress has lost her power within the community of saviors. So then Moroha, Shizuno, Satsuki, and Angelica were about to be teleported to Japan when Andu sensed an enormous amount of metaphysical's presence not too far away from where Moroha was. So he stayed behind to help them deal with it since he took out their majority of power savior. So only girls returns to Japan without Moroha, and Maya was getting irritated that after being apart from Moroha she still has to wait for him. To cheer her up, the girls spent the night at Satsuki's room until they all passed out, but in the middle of the night, Satsuki felt something strange and saw a dragon for a brief moment. And then her déjà vu came true when a giant dragon popped out of the sky and began destroying everything, while strikes were prepared to hold it off until at least Moroha arrived. Principal took Maya away to create a portal to get Moroha back. That dragon was super powerful, and it was also the one who killed Satsuki and Shizuno in their previous life and separated them from Moroha, but not in this life. All of the striker team of mage class attacked it at the same time, but that dragon blocked their attack with a defense spell. Using a spell to block attacks means that it has intelligence. Moroha then saw the dragon and remembered how that dragon took everything from him and was enraged. Then in the woods while Maria was preparing a portal, a blast injured her while saving Maya. So Maya was also a spellcaster, so she finished the spell and made a gate for Moroha to arrive. Moroha had lost his calm and was releasing his aura to the point where he would appear a monster because even in this life, that dragon had taken away Satsuki and Shizuno. Moroha was on a rampage after seeing his beloved turned into stone. But this time, Shizuno and Satsuki's past selves didn't let them die and gave them the strength to break free from that petrification spell and give Moroha the power to slay that dragon. And while the three of them were taking G on that dragon, Holstrike's teen along with Edward started killing other smaller ones that were destroying the city. And Moroha used both warrior's power and mage's power with the help of Shizuno and Satsuki to kill off that dragon and be freed from their tragic past. And that brings our anime to a happy conclusion, but subscribe if you want more anime recaps and press the bell icon to get our channel's latest updates.